Welcome, I'm Raul Lowry Contreras. This is the Contreras Report, American Politics Edition. Today we're going to talk about the United States Congress and a bill that it has before it today that can really make a progress in immigration, in the immigration posture of the United States of America. Because what we're talking about here is several 100,000 mostly Mexican farm workers working in the U.S., living in the U.S., many of whom are not here legally. But because of the pandemic, they have been declared essential workers, quote unquote, because they feed us. Without their presence in our fields in the United States, mostly in California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the food that we have, that we can go down and buy 24/7, anywhere, anytime we want. I'm talking about a lot of crops, nuts, corn, grapes, almonds, nuts of all kinds, walnuts. I've seen walnut groves in Northern California practically as far as the eye can see. Same thing with almonds in the Central Valley. But lettuce and onions and watermelons and things that we take for granted every day don't just wind up on our tables by themselves. Somebody has to plant them, somebody has to tend them to them, and somebody has to pick them and then prepare them for shipment. California, for example, leads the world in strawberry production. It takes a lot of people to produce strawberries. There's many stages: preparation of land, seeding, watering, weeding, all kinds of things. And then finally it gets down to where an individual will look at a strawberry and see if it's ready for picking, knowing full well that it will take several days to wind up in the dining room of us, of our homes. We don't grow them in our backyard. So what we need to do is take a look at what we can see with our own eyes. For example, traveling from Washington, D.C. to New York and Boston in cars or trains, people don't see many agricultural workers tending or picking crops like lettuce, strawberries, watermelons, or much of anything. The opposite is true on the 8-hour drive from California City, San Diego to San Francisco or Sacramento, both over 500 miles away from San Diego. Starting with strawberry, tomato, avocado, or flower farms or orchards in San Diego, to bean fields in Orange County, Los Angeles, Ventura, and Santa Barbara counties, where we find more avocados, strawberries, beans, vegetables, and even bananas in Ventura County. Commercial bananas. And on to Fresno and Kern counties, the two most productive farm counties in the world, not just the United States, but in the entire world. What the travelers see is California feeding the entire country. What they also see is thousands of Mexican farm workers, almost all illegally in the U.S., tending and picking all the crops California grows to feed the country and to export around the world, like almonds and avocados. These aren't the wheat and cornfields of Midwest America that are the most productive cereal producers in the world that the world has ever seen, because it doesn't take but a fraction of workers California fields need to produce the crops they do. Reason: machines harvest wheat and corn. People harvest strawberries, grapes, walnuts, almonds, lettuce, oranges, grapefruit, lemons, bananas in Ventura County, melons, etc. There are machines that shake grapes off of their vines, but the percentage is around a 60% crop. Same with citrus fruits. Tomatoes were developed by the University of California, which also developed iceberg lettuce in San Diego County 7 decades ago, to be picked by machine. Those products like tomatoes can be picked by machine. In order to cut the necessity of farm workers, these tomatoes, they were developed to be harvested by machine. But these tomatoes taste like cardboard. One of the few positive effects of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic is that these otherwise illegally present workers have been generally acknowledged by government agencies to be, quote, essential workers, unquote. The Congress of the United States is recognizing these essential workers by a bill that would set up a special category for essential farm workers who don't have police records, aren't medical threats, and have a history of farm employment in the United States. Those workers who qualify will be eligible for a special work permit, a green card maybe, that will legalize them and allow them to fully legalize. With an estimated 800,000 illegally present farm workers in the country, with over half in California, all working hard 12 or more hours a day to feed us, this bill recognizes and rewards these very people who risked infection and death to earn their money honestly by doing work Americans refuse to do or simply won't do. It is time to recognize their worth, to legalize them and those who will replace them in the future with a reward for working hard for us, for we Americans. The bill will pass the House without a doubt. The only remaining question is, will it receive 60 votes in the Senate? All senators from California, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Oregon, Washington State will vote for it, but they are Democrats. 10 Republican senators must vote for it to pass. How will senators from Idaho, Wyoming, the state of which advertised in Mexico for cowboys some years ago because there weren't enough Americans wanting to work as cowboys. Other states like Kansas, Oklahoma, Iowa, Indiana, Nebraska, Kentucky, and Texas. How will they vote? One clue is that Senator John Cornyn, the senior senator from Texas, is currently meeting along with other Republicans, a number of Republicans, from other states like Alaska and South Carolina and others, with Democrats in a special group of bipartisan senators that are interested in first saving the deferred action group of kids that have been legalized by an executive order of President Obama at the time. It's called DACA, D-A-C-A. Now, Senator Cornyn is leading the way to make sure that a bill legalizing them permanently is passed. Such a bill would require at least 10 Republican senators to vote for it. I've already listed the states where they can come from. Farmers, farm bureaus, and citizens like you and I who enjoy fresh food few in the world have access to, need to convince these senators and all senators to vote for this bill. It must pass, the farm workers bill. Senator Cornyn's bill about protecting the deferred action young people that are temporarily legally under this program are made legal permanently. Call your senators. Tell them you want the people who feed you to be legal. Tell them to please vote for this bill. Thank you for being there. So you can be notified when we post new editions. Subscribe on Facebook or YouTube and you'll be notified by them. If you have questions or suggestions, please email me. The address will be on the screen in a few seconds. I am Raul Lowry Contreras. This is the Contreras Report, American Politics Edition. Again, thank you for being there. We'll see you soon.